Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, it's another Wednesday, and today we have for you the topic of looking death in the eye. So, another one of my friends died recently. She was a good friend, and she died of cancer. Now, cancer is a topic I haven't discussed very much. Cancer is a very serious disease, and it's very tragic the way people die of cancer. And my friend lived a good long life. She was a crone, so she was in her upper years, and she was up there, and she lived a good long life, and she gave it the good fight. She struggled against cancer for 20 years. 20 years against cancer. And she gave it her all, and in the end, it wasn't enough. The cancer won. But she's the winner because she lived a good life, and she had so many friends that loved her that it doesn't matter that she had cancer, because her friends still remember her and she's not forgotten. So what are we saying looking death in the eye? Well, I believe that my friend made a very courageous decision. She was full of courage, and she made the courageous decision to stop her chemotherapy. And this is a topic that's very important. Stopping chemo. She made the decision that she was going to die with dignity, and that she wasn't going to let chemo continue destroying her life, because the chemo was making her feel so sick. It made her feel so sick, she decided that it was best to live without the chemo. And she made the decision, and she lasted about 3 or 4 months after she decided to stop chemo. She lasted about 3 or 4 months after that before she died. But I so admire her decision to stop chemo, because she looked death right in the eye, and she said, "I'm not afraid of you. I'm taking death on my own terms, and I'm not going to feel sick anymore." And she did it. She stopped chemo, and she took life on her own terms, and she didn't feel sick anymore. And then she died of the cancer. And this is important because some people might try to judge her decision and say, "How dare you decide to die? What about your friends? What about your family? What if your family needs you?" But we in our society too often take life for granted, and we decide that life is all there is. This life is all that there is. And so we live it. We live as if this life were all that there is, and we struggle to maintain it. We struggle to hold on to it. We fight so hard to hold on to this life. And death is a part of life just as much as anything else is. Death is a part of life, and we need to come to terms with death in our society, because we struggle so hard. So we hold on to life so hard, and it's not necessary to hold on to life so hard. We can let go. It's okay to let go of life and to face death. and we need to be able to take death on our own terms, like my friend did, and we need to be courageous and make the courageous decision to look death in the eye and say, I'm not afraid of you. I'm ready. And we need to be courageous in our decision making processes, because so often we say that life is all that there is and we have to hold on to life with an iron grip, but that's not all there is. Death is just another open door. It's not the end. It's another reality opening up to us. So we need to take some time out, make a decision whether to choose between life or death. And I think her decision was so courageous because she said to us, basically her message to us was, don't be afraid of death. Don't fear it, because it's just another open door. It's another chapter in our lives that's opening up to us. It's not a closed door, it's an open door, and it's opening for us. So life and death, weighed in the balance, life and death. We need to choose life when we can, but when we can't choose life, we can choose death, and there it's an option. The options are open to us. They're not closed. They're open. So we have the right to make a decision to die with dignity, and that is what my friend did. She decided to die with dignity and let let love in, and let life in, and let death in, and not be closed off to anything. That she was open. She was open to all the possibilities that life had to offer her, including death. So she wasn't closed off. She wasn't all closed off and tight in her heart. She was open. Her heart was open, and she chose to die with dignity. She didn't choose death. She didn't choose death. She chose to die with dignity, and that made all the difference, I think. So cancer, not an unbeatable disease, but this time cancer was too much for her, but and overwhelmed her, but it's not the end. It's not the end. Oh death, where is thy sting? Because it is not the end. The life continues, and that's all that there is. There's just life and death, all wrapped up into one. They become one, and the death is a part of life, and death isn't forever. It's just an open door to another experience. I'm Sarah Jane Alpha Wolf, wishing you a very happy week.